Hey, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Footy back with another video on the channel. Today, what I decided to do, since it's about, let's say, a month till the January transfer window opens, I decided to do a video where I discuss one player every Premier League club, one player from every Premier League club that Newcastle should sign, basically. So yeah, let's get started. Just noting down quickly that, just noting down that a couple players, once I was doing my research, I came up with some quotes I found online, and it was telling me a bit about what the players like on the field and what they can turn into. So yeah, let's get started with number one, Arsenal. And they're a good. They've built a. I think Arteta's turned this team around, and through this few months of the beginning of the season, and since they've from going almost bottom in the league in the beginning, now fifth in the league, contending for a Champions League spot over West Ham, I decided to go for a player that his future is basically thinner than, let's say, a crepe, because crepes are usually quite thin. I went to Lacazette, Alexandre Lacazette, the French striker. I think will be on his way out soon to somewhere, but might be Newcastle, might not, probably won't, but still, I think even though he got transfer rumours, I still decided to put him on when I put it as the number one man to go to Newcastle from Arsenal. Next, we have Aston Villa, and this one is Tyrone Mings. A great player he is, and I did see a couple of rumours about him moving places like Newcastle and other clubs. But yeah, I think he would be a great fit at Newcastle after leaving Aston Villa to go to what could be a potential Premier League giant at one point in this club's future. So yeah, next we have Brentford. Sorry about the R. Brent. Let's just get on with it. Brentford, I went for Sergi Canos. Canos, I'm not sure how you say that, sorry. I might be bad with my pronunciation, but I'm doing well in my Spanish class. That is according to my reports. Next, so yeah, Sergio Canos. I read that he was a quick attacking player, adapts as a forward or attacking midfielder or a right wing back, so he can play quite a few positions. The midfielder can play basically midfield, attack, and defense. Next we move to Brighton, and I think I went for a centre back who's, I think at his club he's very respected. Lewis Dunk. He's a pretty good centre back. I think it was him who went in goals recently for Brighton. And yeah, next we have Burnley, and I decided to go for goalkeeper Nick Pope. I think even though they've got the Bravka at Newcastle, they're still gonna want a better keeper, and someone like Nick Pope would do the job. Now we move on to Chelsea, and this was interesting because our Champions League winning team coming off the bat of winning Champions League, and I didn't know who to go for. I don't think any of their clubs or any of their players want to sign for a team like Newcastle, who are bottom of the league with 0 wins. But I went to a player who has not his future's undecided at Chelsea. Marcos Alonso, the left back. He's very good, but I think with Chilwell taking another step in his form. So yeah, as I was saying, Ben Chilwell taking a good. He's turning around right now at Chelsea with his goals. He's been pretty good this season. So next we move on to Crystal Palace. Under Vieira, I think Newcastle try to sign a player called by the name of Conor Gallagher. What a youngster he's turning into. I know Crystal Palace has got quite a good team right now. But I think Conor Gallagher, the man who scored against my club Man City and beat us 2-0, which I didn't like. I think he deserves to be at a club like Newcastle, even at the bottom of the league. I think after they start signing players, they will turn things around. Alright, okay. Next, we go to Everton, and it was a tough choice because there's a lot of players I think they wouldn't want to leave from Everton under Rafa Benitez, but I had to choose one, and I went for Allen. I think a Brazilian midfielder. I think he's one of the most in his prime. He was a very good. He is still a great midfielder. That's already all I've got to say, sorry. But yeah, next we move on to Leeds United. And this is eventually, after this is we'll get to the top few teams coming up with Liverpool, United, City. But yeah, let's go for Leeds. And we have Luke Ayling. I don't know who to choose from here. There's a lot of players that wouldn't want to leave, I feel. I was tempted to go Rodrigo, but I've got another cam saved for in the next couple of clubs. And yeah, I look at it and they got Junior Firpo at Leeds, so I don't know why they would not want to sell Luke Ayling. I think he's still a great player, but I think he would be a better fit in Newcastle. Next, but also quickly before we move, let's go back to Luke Ayling, and it says here he can also function as a centre back or a defensive midfielder. I found out, which is actually very useful for a player for a club like Newcastle, who would really need players like him to go into advanced positions like centre back or defensive midfielder. Next, we go to Leicester, and there's a player who's been rumoured to some of the top teams in the Premier League, like Arsenal, but I'm going to go send him to Newcastle. James Maddison. As much as I love the boy, he's rumoured at the club. He's been rumoured at the club recently. Moved to Arsenal. Arsenal could be on the move, on the cusp of happening. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I just went for James Maddison because I think he's still a great player. Next we got Liverpool, and this is very tough because a team like Liverpool, I don't think anyone would want to leave the club if they're at the club for quite a while. But I wanted to go for a player who'd been injured recently, had surgery, I think. Harvey Elliott. I think Liverpool would really want to keep him, but I have to choose a player, and I don't think any other player would be like more realistic of going to Newcastle. Harvey Elliott is my man. Next we go to Manchester City, my team, and I chose one that is on the cusp, I don't know how you say it, of moving out of the club. I went for the man himself, Ferran Torres. He's been very good. I think he's starred in quite a few games against Newcastle. I remember he scored a flick last season in a 4-3 game. Wow, that was a good goal from him. But yeah, I think he's going to be on the cusp moving to Barcelona. But yeah, I just want to send him off to Newcastle if I had to. Next we go to Man United, and under the new manager, I don't know how to say his name, I can't remember his name. I went for a player who, under Solskjaer, didn't really do much. Even though he scored the last goal of Solskjaer's reign at Man United, I still decided to go for him. Donny van de Beek. He's a good player, but he didn't play at Man United. He just didn't. The manager didn't find anything out, and didn't find any use out of him. This is why I went for Donny van de Beek. Next we went for Norwich, and I went for a striker who was insane in the Championship for Norwich, Timo Pukki. He's a very good striker, I think. And yeah, I not got much to say, sorry boy. Southampton next, and we go for Jan Bednarek, this defender. He is pretty decent. I've heard quite the Polish player. I got a Polish man. I'm sure there's someone I know that's Polish watching this. I'm not sure if he watches or not, but I hope he does. So yeah, I went for Bednarek. Next we go to Tottenham, and this is the cam I was talking about earlier from Leeds United. When I was talking about Leeds United, this is the cam I was talking about. Dele Alli. I've heard a lot of people saying he could go to Newcastle. Coutinho is also a choice, but yeah, I think Dele Alli is the one who would most likely join Newcastle of all Tottenham players. Now we go to Watford, and we go to the youngster sensation Ismaila Sarr. I think for me, he was no. When I first heard of him, it was when he thrashed Liverpool 3-0 with Watford. When that was 2 years ago, and he is still what a player he's turning into. Next, we move on to West Ham, and it's Kurt Zouma. I think he just joined from Chelsea, I'm pretty sure, and he's still a great centre back. He's very good, I think. He's done quite a lot in his career. But yeah, I think I had to go for someone, and it had to be Kurt Zouma from West Ham. Now we go over to Wolves, and I didn't really know who to pick here, because, yeah, I didn't know what I was thinking here. I went for Adama Traore. Ismaila Song and Adama Traore will be the two perfect right backs to have at a club like Newcastle. They've already got St. Maximin on the left. Why not have Adama Traore? And then Lacazette up front. Quite a quick attack they've got. So yeah, that's going to wrap up today's video, boys. Like and subscribe, and I will be coming out with some more videos. Goodbye.